figured out my intro yet, and I'm outside trying to enjoy the weather because I'm from New England, and this is like the second nice day that we've had probably in the past like 3 months. And so I'm going to try to do a little ship with me video. I already packaged up a couple things because I forgot that I was doing this video, so I will explain. Yeah. I already packaged up 3 items. One of them was a J. McLaughlin dress. It sold for $27. I think it was maybe a size small. I can't remember. It was blue. It's very cute. And then I sold a Viore tank top for, I think, $36. It was gray and it did not have a label. And then I sold a vintage, probably 80s, maybe early 90s slip dress. It was like a half slip. It was purple, and I spent $1.33 on it last year when I went to Brimfield, the Brimfield flea market. This year I missed it because I miss it every year. I could have gone a day, but I really had a lot to do at home, so I stayed. But I'm going to try to go to the one in July. And I think I ended up making $13. It sold for $19, cost of goods, fees. I think I made $13. I am kind of an everything seller, so I sell everything from shoes to antiques to vintage to clothes to everything under the sun. So there are going to be things where I make not that much money, and there's going to be things that maybe I profit $30, $40. I feel like I'm probably more of a beginner reseller. I've only been doing this kind of seriously for a couple months. I just graduated college on Saturday, actually, so when I post this video, I don't know when I'll post it because I always record videos and then never actually post them. I just got my nails done. My aunt did these. So I sold this skirt. I think my auntie gave me this to sell for her. Not to sell for her, she gave it to me, so I make all the profit. I think it sold for $15 on eBay, so I don't know how much I'll make because I haven't shipped it yet. These are The Weekend by Chico's. They were like a capri cropped pants. They were size 0, so like a woman's medium, I think that is. No, a woman's small. Sorry. They kind of remind me of a golf pant, but they weren't. I think they sold for $10 on Depop, and that goes to show that literally anything sells on Depop. I don't know why. Some people are like, oh, I only post this on Depop. I only post this on Depop. I cross-list all my items to Depop, and sometimes the weirdest things do sell. So I sold this sweater. It was a high neck, so like a turtleneck, cropped brown sweater. I thought it was so cute. I think I just posted it too late in the season. It sold for $10 on Poshmark. So I think the payout turned out to be like $7.05 plus cost of goods. So not a big profit. I sold this Merrill dress. I think it was a small. It sold on Poshmark for $18. These things, you might be like, what is this? It is kind of like a woman's ascot, or maybe you can wear it in your hair. It has like thick edges, but then it's like a very skinny middle. I got 4 of these. I could not figure out what they were for the longest time. I was like, what are these? But I had 4 of them, and they all sold between like $16 to $20 very quickly. This one sold for $16 on eBay, so I don't know how much profit I will make depending on the shipping or whatever. I charge buyer shipping, which it is very high on eBay now. I do share my discount with the buyers. If I didn't do that, they would be paying like $10 to ship this, which is ridiculous since it's only weighs like less than 1 ounce, but whatever. And then I sold this no brand, no label on eBay for like $6. I don't know my profit. I guess it would probably be around $3 for this. So yeah. These are all my sales from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I graduated on Saturday, so on Friday I kind of was running around getting everything ready. I usually try to ship every single day, but that does become very time consuming. But on eBay I have 2-day handling time, so if I need to ship a day later, I can. This sold. It's called the Brim. It's a cycling item. I don't really know. It sold for $54.99 on eBay. Had no idea what it was, but apparently it's a very sought after item. These are selling really nice right now, so if you're not picking them up, I definitely would consider it. They are maxi skirts. I know you can't really tell. It is a tiered maxi skirt by the brand Natural Life. It sold for $28. I took a lower offer. I do believe I could have gotten more like $40 for this though, but I was having very slow sales on Poshmark, so I just wanted it to go. And I'm going to be very transparent. Some of these sales are just interesting. I sold this bra. I think it was my sister's. She gave it to me. I made $1.05 on this on Poshmark. So it is what it is. This was mine. I wore it for a while, just wasn't really interested in it anymore. And I also don't really like to wear stripes the long way. And it was cropped. It was Wild Fable. It sold for $9 on Poshmark. So this was actually very interesting. I went to a new thrift store and they had some prices really well. Some prices were like they had LuLaRoe for $9, and then they had like Under Armour for $9, but then they would have good brands for like $2. I don't really know. I picked this up just because it was $1. I had no idea about it. I'm not into band tees. I don't sell them really. I don't know anything about them. This was a summer, what does that say? Sanitarium t-shirt. I still don't even know. It sold for $66 on eBay. Comps were around, for bigger sizes, it did get a little bit more. I also think I did take a lower offer. I definitely could have gotten more, like $80 for it, but the first offer that came in, I took. These are J. Crew kind of mini chino shorts. They sold for $18 on Poshmark. They were a size 6. Size 6, kind of hard to sell. This was a Sandro, not sure how to pronounce it. This brand is actually pretty sought after, but I sold it was hard for me to photograph this, and it did end up selling for $22.50 on eBay, which isn't too bad for a tank top. My aunts gave me this to sell because she didn't want it anymore. It's just kind of like no label, very abstract, out there top. It sold for $15 on Poshmark, so my profit was $12. And then this, oh my god, I had these forever. They did not sell. I think I've had these for 3 years. I don't know. My pictures were bad in the very beginning when I started. I don't know what I was doing. But it finally sold. It is a New Tags Kate Spade bikini bottom, and I think they sold for $20 on Depop. And then I sold this. It's so hard to tell because I have it all rolled up, but it really is so cute. It is a kind of cardigan. It only has one button in the middle. And this goes to show that you never really know what other people are looking for at the Goodwill bins when you go. I think I spent 40 cents on this. The minute I saw it, I was like, I know it's gonna sell. It kind of is like that cottagecore, prairie, peasant vibe. If there's any more keywords that go along with this that you know, send them my way. I knew it would sell. It was so cute, and it was in a picked over bin. This bin had probably been there for a day, 2 days, whatever. It sold for $22 on eBay, so I don't entirely know my profit. I always assume that it's about 20%. So yeah, I probably should make like $16 after cost of goods. And these, I actually almost kept them for myself, but they were a little bit too big for me. I hadn't heard of them. They're called Vivea, not sure how you pronounce it. They're both, I sold a brown pair and a black pair. These pairs sold for $22 on Poshmark. I think I definitely could have gotten way more, but like I said, my sales were really slow and I was just trying to move inventory. These sold for $50 or no, I think it was 45. 40. I can't remember. I might have listed them for 54 and took an offer for I think it was 40. They sell really well. They do have like a tiny stain in there. You can even, yeah. I think it can come out. I didn't really try to clean it, to be honest, because they are in pretty much excellent condition. Besides that, they don't have any wear on the bottoms, like at all. And I do have another pair of these, but the soles, like they have more of those white stains. But definitely, if you see these for cheap enough, definitely pick them up. The sneakers can sell for even more. I just watched a video where a woman sold the sneakers for like $90. So definitely look out for these. And one more sale that I forgot about. If you're not cross-listing to Etsy and you sell vintage antique things, I definitely would recommend. I'm not gonna take it out of the box, but I sold this puzzle. It's from 1967. It's all put together. It is a little bit damaged. I sold it for $22.50 on Etsy. I spent $1.33 on it because that's another item I got at the Broomfield Flea Market, so I've had it for over a year. So if you're looking for those fast sale items, I wouldn't recommend picking that up, but I did really like it. I did put it together. It was very cute, and I like selling vintage stuff, so I picked it up. Not a lot of sales yesterday. I don't think I actually met my sales goal. I try to sell at least $100 worth of items a day, I just graduated college. I know I talked about it in a video before. I'm trying to make this full-time. I graduated with a bachelor's in finance, and I'm trying to make more money this year doing this than I would doing my my degree, which the base rate for a finance degree first year is about $45,000 to $55,000. So I'm trying to make more than that this year. Not quite there, especially since, you know, the first couple months of the year I was still focused on school. So what did I sell? I sold this magic suit, just the top. I always pick up magic suit or miracle suit, usually because they're cheap. People don't really know about them, and they sell for between, you know, $30, $40, $50 or more if they're new. So this sold for $27. This was a coolie bar, not a jumper, but kind of like it was a dress actually with the tie in the middle. It sold for $22 or 21 something. This was just a dropped it. Not very good at this whole recording thing. Yeah. This is just a like a halter blouse. It kind of went down. I had this listed for a little bit. It sold for $18. It was a size extra large. And then I had just a striped blouse by the brand Anna, A-N-A. Not a sought after brand. I think somebody gave it to me. I sold it for $7, so I made $405. So I think I probably should make about, estimated maybe $45 to $50 yesterday, because I'm recording this on Tuesday, so this was my Monday sales. I will put a running total. I don't actually know how to add it, but I'll figure it out by the end of the week. So yeah, those are my sales. I am recording same day because I'm shipping right now. So these were my Tuesday sales. It is probably, I think it's 10:30 when I'm recording this now, so I'm going to obviously add to it tomorrow when I finish this video. But I sold this Tupac shirt. It's a size small. It was mine. I sold it for $8 on Poshmark, so I'll make $505. And then I sold this 100% linen blouse. It was it kind of was a boxy fit, and it was white. I did not take a good picture of it. I definitely should have and could have gotten way more. I should have taken it on a background like this so you could really see the outline. I didn't. It is what it is. It sold for $11. I definitely could have gotten way more. It was 100% linen. It is a super cute pattern edge shirt, but it is what it is. I also sold, I don't have it with me because it's at home, I sold like a Marilyn Monroe cami top. It is by the brand Marilyn Monroe. Again, bad picture. When I first started, I've had it forever. It sold for $8, so I made $505. I will show pictures of it in the next video tomorrow. And then I sold a button, a Star Wars button. It's probably about this big. And then I sold a brooch. It's kind of an oval and a floral. Again, I will show it tomorrow. It sold for $4 on Depop. The Star Wars one sold for $12. I picked up a lot of buttons, like Disney buttons, like brooches. I don't really know what the term is. I call them buttons. I picked up a whole lot. I don't know why, but Poshmark, like a year ago, they were giving away, like, you could spin a wheel if you listed so much, and you would get like a dollar. I remember I got two $1, and then I got, I think it's 25, so I had like $27 to spend, and I found a massive button lot. I think it had like 175 buttons. So with how many, I think it averaged out to 10 buttons were 18 cents. All the rest were all 17 cents. I've sold, I think, 8 or 9 buttons, so I've made like $50, I think, and I still have over 100 buttons to sell. So they're kind of slow moving. I sell maybe 5 or 6 a month, but they're very small. They're multi-quantity. So I love Disney buttons. I have a collection of my own. I just think they're cute, but whatever. So yeah, I will show those tomorrow when I record, and I'll do my running totals. I'll do the running total once I have all the math and I have it in my Nifty. I do use Nifty. I love Nifty. I had Prime Lister. It was very glitchy. It wouldn't delist my Depop sales for some reason, no matter how many times I reconnected it. So I was double selling things, and I do my best to go in and make sure things aren't, things weren't still up, but it was happening too much. And now Poshmark has that policy. If you cancel so many times or whatever, you'll get restricted, and Poshmark is my best selling platform. So I was like, I have to fix this. I waited until the subscription was done, and I bought Nifty immediately. I was using the cross lister and the sharing, relisting, whatever, on Prime Lister, and it was like $50 a month. And then I moved to Nifty, which does the same exact stuff, sends offers, relists, but also does bookkeeping, which is huge for me. I do bookkeeping on my own, you know, just to double check. So I pay $67.40 a month on Nifty, so it was only $17.40 more, and it's way less headaches, way easier, takes less time, so I definitely prefer that. That's just my opinion, though. If you still use those apps and you have a better outlook, that's great. I haven't had very good luck with it, but I love Nifty. I haven't had an issue. It's been great. This is one of the items that sold yesterday. It's just this cute little Calvin Klein blouse. Wow, my camera quality is very dirty right now. It sold for, I think, $10, so I should make like $8 or something. So yeah, and my aunt gave me this. All of these items sold in the past couple days. So I sold this Athleta tankini top for $10 on eBay. I've had this list, oh, can't even tell. I've had this listed for a decent while, so I was happy to see it go. This Express black dress, I think it's an extra small, sold for $14 on Poshmark. Again, happy to see it go. My aunt gave me this, so no cost of goods. This is an Lululemon tank top. It sold for $21 on Poshmark, I think. I can't remember my cost of goods. I think it's under $1.50 though, because I got it at the bins. This Athleta skirt, I made a little bit of an oopsie picking this up. I don't know why. I just thought it was a skirt. It is a skirt, and somebody cut out the liner. This is why you always have to pay attention when you're picking things up. But I still got $10 for it, and my cost of goods were, I think, under $3, so I should still make like $4 on it. Again, don't pick that up. This this Lululemon skirt, it was super cute. It sold for $20, or 21 or something like that. These Beyond Yoga, I, for some reason, like, had these in my death pile for so long. I listed them for $60 because I saw a listing on comps for around that, and then I listed them, and within the day, I got a $40 offer, and I just accepted it because I wanted things to move. This, I always pick these up when I see them. It is a half slip by Victoria's Secret, 100% silk. It sold for $16 within like a week. This dress bar, new with tags, vintage, like kind of like a sweater tank top, sold for $9. Not a good pickup. My cost of goods were under $3 though. And then this blouse. It's striped, 100% linen, sold for $25. Okay. All right, I still haven't done my daily sales for each day. I will be doing that once everything is shipped out. I sold this thing plush on Depop for $9. I sold this LL Bean crew neck. One of my friends gave me this. I had it listed for $30 because it was in excellent condition. I don't even know if she wore it. And somebody sent me a $20 offer, and so I accepted it. This La Blanca bikini bottom sold for $21. I think the brand is called Apana. I don't know. I'm not even going to try. Sold for $10. Maxi, if you're not picking up maxi skirts, I definitely recommend this maxi skirt. I know it's kind of tiny, but it sold for $30 or $20, either or, can't remember. These Fabletic shorts sold for $10 on eBay, I think, maybe a little less. I don't pick up Fabletics anymore, they just don't move. This was a Super Fox kind of midi dress. I think it sold at Nordstrom. It sold for $27 on Poshmark. Again, sat for a very long time. I would not pick that up normally. This was an Athleta tank top. Normally I can sell these anywhere from $20 to like $15, but this one sold for $8. It's black camo. I don't know. I think it's an older style. And then this is a bundle. There's like just a black kind of midi skirt, kind of knee length. Maybe a little bit longer. I think that's why I called it midi. No tag, no label. And then this shirt, kind of like office, business casual. I think I sold the bundle for between $20 to $30 on Depop. I can't remember. And then this is a bikini top by the brand Coral Reef. My aunt gave me this, and it sold for $10. Oh, this is another Athleta tank top. I think this was an extra small, and it sold on eBay for $10. This is a magic suit bikini top. I'm sorry, one piece. I always pick up magic suit or miracle suit if you see it, because they can sell between $20 plus. I think this one sold for like $21. These were No Boundary shorts. I think they sold for, I honestly don't remember, between 8 to 15, anywhere between there. This was a Vince shirt. I had this for a really long time. Sold for $10. This was one of my favorites. Sad to see it go, but I got this for myself. It says Santa's favorite cat. So cute. Great decoration. Vintage. I thought I'd get more for it, but I didn't. It sold for $10 on Depop. And then this is a Michael Kors bikini bottom, and then I don't have it with me because it's at my house, but there was a California Waves New Tags bikini top. They both sold in a bundle on Mercari for $20, I think. And then, what is this? Oh, this is a J. Crew one piece. I had it listed for $30, which actually I think is a little bit high. Somebody offered me $20 and I accepted it. These Coolie Bar short, swim bottoms, if you're not picking them up, I definitely recommend. They sold for $29.99. I do sell a bunch of random things, as you can see. They're vintage, like satin pajama bottoms, this little scarf, and then this dress. It's actually really pretty. I thought it would sell for more, but it didn't. And that whole bundle sold for $57. So yeah, that's everything for today.